There's Alashe. Marshals it to his left side. A long driven shot well over the crossbar. And no problem for Cody Lorendi on that one.
Yeah, that was Junior Burgos. He has the ability to score long-distance goals. We spoke earlier about him being a free-kick specialist. OKC Energy cannot afford to leave him in that level of space on his own to take shots at Cody Lorendi's goal like that. Regardless of the distance, that's a player that they'll want to close down nice and early, make sure that he plays backwards passes and is not able to take shots on frame.
Lorendi with a couple of clean sheets this year, puts the left foot into it and gets something behind that one. Angulo off his foot. Aerial ball is won by the Energy. And we have an injured player for Reno 1868.
Yeah, it looked like a clash of heads there when the ball was playing ping pong in the air. Hopefully it'll be okay. You can see the surface here, his choice of footwear. He has trainers on rather than cleats. Some players opt for that level of footwear on this kind of surface. You know, the artificial surfaces, some players feel more comfortable in trainers, some obviously more comfortable to wear cleats.
That is Dane Kelly. Looked like he took perhaps a hand to the side of the face. So Kelly being attended to. He should be okay.
Yeah, you know, Kelly is the man with the hot foot right now. So whatever footwear he's wearing, I encourage all forwards in the league to wear it right now because it's working.
Ian Russell diagnosing the situation for his squad. The Energy FC Gold D card is a benefit for his season seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like Dunkin' Donuts, Tifley Indoor Skydiving, and La Wakania Bakery. Learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold.
Yeah, you could see Kelly just took a whack to the face with the forearm there. Seems to be okay. Rightfully looked painful, but seems like he's going to be okay.
Jimmy Nielsen, the head coach for Energy FC, long-tenured head coach.
Yeah, Jimmy Nielsen is a goalkeeper that all goalkeepers aspiring or playing right now should know about. He had a very, very long career, a good time in the MLS, was one of the top keepers in the MLS. I'm sure he's doing a good job guarding his team right now, leading them trying to get a championship this season.
Lache has it and steers it tap back to Niederhausen. Middle of the field, Niederhausen for Kasipli. Kasipli connects with Alashe as they play on the near side. Niederhausen gently touches it back to Alashe. Now getting a little bit of pressure from Energy FC. Jimmy Ockford over into the sunshine on the left side as Kelly is okay. Returns to action.
And you can see in this game where OKC Energy have set up their defensive line. They've chosen when they don't have possession of the ball to get all 11 players back behind the ball. Angulo starts the defense just in front of the halfway line. So it makes it very difficult for Reno to break down and to play penetrating passes into them when they're so tight and compact in defense. That's probably the reason why now we're seeing so many balls given away, the balls kicked out of play, and Reno haven't created a chance on goal so far in this game despite maintaining possession. Is because OKC Energy have been very good in defense and have a very good strategy right now to counteract them.
Kasipli was able to get a toe on it. Now Kelly trying to make a run on it. Kelly has it, and a nice sliding play by Daly. Got in front of the shot by Kelly.
Yeah, that's brilliant defending, but you know, there you see the danger of Kelly, that he's going to take a shot anytime he can get a certain goal, he's going to pull that trigger. So defenders have to be cautious and make sure they close him down and not allow it.
Take another look at this one. Good bit of defending here. Good hustle by Daly.
Yeah, that's a fantastic block. Good through pass there from Burgos through to Kelly, but defender did very well there to block that shot.
Daly has played in 17 games so far this season for the Energy. 17.5 minutes into the first 45 and no score. Here at Energy FC Field at Taft Stadium. 85 degrees and sunny.
The way OKC Energy defended in this first half, Jimmy Nielsen will be very happy with. 17 minutes and they haven't allowed a shot on goal from Reno, considering they've had the better of the possession, and whilst creating two very good chances for themselves where they should actually be in the lead. I think the coach will be very happy at this stage of the game right now. If they can continue this for the full game, of course, they're likely to come out the winners, but what happens for 90 minutes is very, very different, obviously, from what happens in just the first 20 minutes of the game. But it's a good start for OKC Energy, and see how they can build upon this going forward.
Good for OKC Energy to be home. 5 of the last 7 were on the road. Wache spent a lot of time on the ball tonight.
Yeah, that's it. You can see OKC dropping off to the halfway line like we spoke about. Angulo just hanging on the halfway line. Content to allow Reno to have the ball in their own half. Play backwards and sideways passes. They're not very threatening. But as they cross the halfway line, this is where OKC Energy start to apply the pressure.
Jimmy Ockford sends it left.
And there you can see that's how the formation's causing them problems. When they try to play those penetrative passes in between, there's so many bodies that it's very easy for OKC Energy to break it up. They win the ball and go to counter-attack quickly. And that's how they've created their chances so far in this game.
Highland collects it. Highland sends one in off the left foot. Angulo with it, trying to line up a shot. Angulo again on the waist. Was it a handball? Yes, it was.
Yeah, you can see the defenders played a difficult ball there into Angulo, but he's done a fantastic job of getting control of the ball and holding on to the ball. He's faked the defender and kept possession. Unfortunate to be called for handball there, but he's done a good job of holding the ball up for his team up front right now, and he's been dangerous so far for OKC Energy so far in this first half.
Reno FC with 46 goals in the 18 games played so far. Really an attacking ambition is their offensive theory. Here's Brown running onto one with the left foot. Brown trying to set up Kelly at the top of the box. Marked by Daly. Also over there to help out is Burrill. Inside the box and poked away.
Yeah, OKC Energy's tactics right now will be very, very frustrating for Reno. They're a team that likes to attack, a team that likes to score goals, and so far in 20 minutes, they've had no shots on target. So throwing the numbers back behind the ball is frustrating. Difficult to see if the linesman has actually called that one for offside had Kelly got the end of that chance, but Cody Dundee did a good job of closing down the ball and making sure it went out of play.
Here is Lorende with the run up on it, and Lorende sends it deep down the pitch. Sipley is there for Reno FC. Daly got a head on. Now Brown in offsides. The flag goes up.
Yeah, Brown called for offsides, but it's interesting that was the first time that OKC actually left their defensive shape and pressured higher up the field, and it was the first time they actually got split open with 2 or 3 passes. So if they managed to revert back to their original strategy and stay defensively tight like they have done for the first 20 minutes, they won't get cut open like that. But if they start to pressure higher, it became evident that that's when it's going to allow Reno to create their scoring opportunities.
That was a Dixon throw-in and a Dixon tap back to Dixon. Now Highland on the wide side. Burrill. Had an overlap going a long pass or shot toward the goal, far post. In and out of the sunshine.
Yeah, he's overhit that pass with his left foot. Way, way, way off target. Didn't really give the forwards a chance to get onto it. You want to provide a little better quality going into the attack than the last ball is provided there. But Dixon, another player who we know possesses a lot of pace and very good attacking option for this OKC Energy team.
Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Chris has his Nikes on tonight.
I wish I still had my Nikes on that plane.
Chris has the Nikes and also a fidget spinner. But the fidget spinner to keep him busy here during the telecast. Dixon can't control that one.
We saw Nike release the new Neymar cleats this week. Have to say I do like them a lot. Don't see any of the players wear them tonight, but I'm sure over the coming weeks you'll manage to see them in the league pretty soon.
Looks like Neymar is headed for a new squad.
Possibly, you never know. It's never done until it's dusted.
23 minutes into the match, 23 of the 45 here in the first half. And still no score. We're in Oklahoma City. Energy FC so far with a good bit of defending. Have to be very happy with where the match is right now.
Yeah, their tactics right now are working perfectly to frustrate Reno. You can see passes backwards and sideways. They're content to just defend deep, allow Reno to keep the ball backwards in their half. It's no threat. They haven't been able to provide much scoring threat, just maintaining possession in their own half right now.
Junior Burgos, he'll try to give it a go. Taps it across. Here's one volleyed for Brown, headed away by Daly. Also there to intercede is Anthony Wallace.
Yeah, you know, that's perfect. You know, they get frustrated playing the short game. They're unable to find a pass in between, and Reno hit a long ball. They didn't win the first one, but the OKC Energy players there were to clean up the second ball. They were in the right positions, which is perfect defended.
Niederhausen tries to get it inside for Brown. Simply shot knocked away. Nice play by the goalie, Cody Lorendi.
And that's a beautiful save there from Cody. He's hit that volley perfectly and is creeping into the bottom corner, and the keeper's done ever so well to get down there with a strong hand and push that away from goal.
A year ago, Lorendi was 5th in saves. He had 80 a year ago, 41 so far this year.
And that's the first save he's had to make up in this game, and he's done fantastic with it. He hasn't had much to do so far, and when it's time for him to make a big save, there he is. Strong right hand onto the ball and pushes it away from goal.
Heads up play by Sam Fink as well. Here comes the corner kick from Junior Burgos. Bodies are cresting toward the goal, and diving in is Kyle Highland.
Yeah, unable to get that ball over the first man there. Easily cleared away from the defender.
Simply back to Burgos. He'll volley it in again. And that one is headed over the top of the crossbar. Jimmy Ockford got inside.
Yeah, that's the best little spell of attacking play that Reno have had so far in this game. We spoke about Burgos being dangerous on the ball, his delivery from set pieces, his delivery from wide areas, his ability to shoot from long distance. And OKC Energy are going to make sure anytime he gets on the ball in and around the box, they close him down and ensure they put pressure on him, don't allow him the time to get his head up and put in quality deliveries into the box.
Cody Lorendi gives it a good ride, trying to push the ball down the field. Angulo in a battle. Another throw in for Dixon. Dixon lofts this one in for Angulo. Angulo being tailgated there by Brenton Griffiths. For Gonzalez. Taps it over toward Angulo. Winding up is Wallace. Deflected and pinballed away. Kasipli has it and pushes it forward.
Again, we see that chance there created from Angulo's ability to get the ball under control up top in difficult situations. You know, he's doing a great job of holding up the ball right now up top for OKC Energy and allowing the rest of the players time to join in the attack.
Burrill and Brown were having some words. Let's take another look at this one, a collision right there.
Yeah, he steals the ball away. He's about to go on the counter-attack. Defender did well to smartly bring him down there and allow their whole team to get back behind the ball.
Still scoreless in Oklahoma City. Jose Burrill over the ball. Burrill played the last 3 seasons with the Harrisburg City Islanders and appeared in 77 games. Volleys this one in. Headed away by Griffiths. Saved along the sideline. Dixon gets a foot on it. Back out to Angulo. He's got the strong left leg. Tries to curl this one in. Kasipli heads it out. Dixon is there. Kasipli has it again. That's taken away. Now Angulo has it.
Good work there by OKC. They're giving the ball away, but they're doing very well to win it back very quickly in the attacking third. And, you know, earlier in this game, we've seen them drop off the way back behind the halfway line. But we've actually seen them be a little bit more aggressive in the past 5 minutes and immediately go to win the ball back in that attacking third.
Cody Andrews over to Highland. Highland ushers it deep down the field for Dixon, Richard Dixon. Plays it off for Anthony Wallace. Wallace looking over the traffic. For Gonzalez, Miguel Gonzalez, trying to break down the Blues. Alache is on to it for Reno 1868. Now take away by the Energy.
Yeah, OKC Energy having a very good spell right now, creating problems in the attacking third, winning possession, winning the ball back quickly, keeping possession. This is something we don't like to see. Whenever a player raises their hands, it obviously creates a very difficult situation for the referee.
Burrill and Alache And Awashe's been given a red card. And Reno 1868 has been dealt a tough situation here. Quick red card. And it looks like they're going to have to play one man down.
Yeah, we actually only saw OKC Energy raise both his hands and push the Reno defender, but however, the referee must have seen something here to issue a red card immediately in that situation.
See if we get a second look at this one. Seemed like it was somewhat harmless, but now it looks like Awashe is going to be excused from the rest of the match. He and Burrill. He taps him, and then Burrill with a shove.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit harsh for Awashe there. I don't think he's done anything malicious. I think it was kind of like a greeting or pat on the back, kind of tap on the head, and I'm not sure how the referees interpret that.
It might have been what Awashe, if perhaps he said something to the referee more than a tap on the back.
I mean, however, it's always a dangerous situation when you raise your hands in a game. It's open for interpretation. If the referee viewed it as aggressive, then that according to the law, he has to be given a red card. But there's not much that you really see here. There's a little tap on the neck, but nothing overly malicious. But you raise your hands to another player's face, and unfortunately, it allows the referee to make the decision to send you off. And Reno are now down to 10 men. OKC have the upper hand. Interesting to see how they raise the energy now and take advantage of having the extra man on the field.
So at the 30-minute mark, 30 minutes into the first half, Burrill, I believe, got a yellow card, but the more severe damage was Reno 1868. They lose Awashe, who had spent a lot of time on the ball tonight.
And then, if you look at the situation, there's no lesser punishment for retaliation than there is for the person who makes the initial action. So Reno have rightfully got a red card, but if the referee's going to punish OKC also, then rightfully it should have been 2 red cards because they both raised their hands in the end. Interesting, referee only issued a yellow card to OKC Energy in this instance, and unfortunately Reno received a red card. Personally, I don't think it was necessary to send any player off the field. The yellow card for both might have been sufficient.
We'll see if OKC Energy can take advantage of the situation now and the advantage.
And of course, this changes the tactics now for both teams. OKC Energy, now being a man up, can afford to be a little bit more aggressive in the attack. And of course, for Reno, being a man down, they obviously have to be a little more cautious, probably a little less aggressive in the attack, and try to keep players behind the ball.
They get a shot on goal right there to scoop it up as Lorende. How hard will that be for Reno 1868? It's kind of in their DNA to score goals and think about offense.
Yeah, and we keep saying it again. It's been a few times now they've allowed Burgos the time and space to get and turn on the ball and strike balls at Cody Lorendi's goal. And being a man up now, that's something that they for sure want to put an end to and make sure that when he picks up that ball, somebody's tight enough to him to ensure he doesn't have the opportunity to get the ball at his feet and strike balls on goal.
Wallace off his left foot. Brown is there. Brian Brown is there to intercede. Sipley back to Niederhausen. Niederhausen being watched in the back. Along the sideline for Kelly. And Daly is there, along with Highland. Off the chest of Gonzalez.
Oh,
he chips it forward. Ball. Nice play. And quickly out to gather it in for Reno 1868.
That's a beautiful ball. A great run there from Dixon in behind the defense. The pass was only slightly overhit, but it's a fantastic look.
Good job by Bersano.
With Reno being down to 10 men, it still doesn't take away the fact that they have tremendous pace up front. They have a natural goal finisher. They still want to be careful and not take it for granted that just because, that they're down to, that Reno are down to 10 men, that they're automatically going to win the game. You know, they still need to do the right things in order to take advantage of that situation.
Niederhausen will have the throw in. Niederhausen looking around. Connects with Brown. Right back to Niederhausen. Niederhausen against 2 white jerseys. Wallace was there along with Kyle Highland.
Yeah, OKC have done OKC Energy have done a very good job defensively in this first 35 minutes, but now they want to capitalize in the attacking third and really make this count.
Kelly hit the deck there. The USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting USLsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter at USL.
Yeah, I think the development and the growth of the USL over the past few years has been fantastic. When I came, I made my debut in the United States with Rochester in the USL in 2009, and I think from then the league has just gone from growth to growth each year, getting bigger, stronger, and it's a credit to see what the USL have done with soccer so far in second division level.
Wallace plays it back for Andrews, and along the side, here's a long distribution right to Bersano, the goalie. Ken comes out and makes a basket save. The Energy FC Gold E-Card is a benefit for season seat members that earn them discounts at several metro area locations like Dental Works, Central State Beauty and Wellness College, High Cakes, Gourmet Cakes and Desserts, and Supermercado Morelos. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold.
Yeah, and OKC here just need to recognize the situation. They're a man up. They really don't need to be trying to give away possession needlessly.
There's an opportunity for the Energy. Alex Dixon with a point-blank shot. And Bersano up for the challenge. There's another look at this one.
Yeah, Dixon just hit that one straight down the throat of the keeper. He was able to easily collect it. But OKC Energy here, they're a man up. They don't need to make long, needless passes and give away possession of the ball. If they can keep it short and simple and move the ball quickly, they're going to find the spaces. Reno are going to get very tired, and they have the quality up front to take advantage of those situations. But with the man up, they really want to keep possession of the ball now and make it count.
Junior Burgos, and he's involved in a collision.
Yeah, Wallace just clashing into Burgos from behind there, giving away a needless foul. Okay, so they just need to calm down for a few minutes and realize they have the upper hand in this game and take control of it.
Wallace played last year with Jacksonville in the NASL, appeared in 17 games. Here's Burgos. Perhaps Kelly will be on the other end.
We spoke about the quality that Burgos has from set pieces.
Brian Brown looked like he got a head on that one and then went down on the pitch, might have been injured. 36 of the 45 are gone and still scoreless in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Kind of an uneven match here so far.
Yeah, and
choppy.
The red card has obviously changed the game plan for both coaches. So imagine at halftime we'll see tactical and possibly personnel changes for both teams. Definitely OKC are going to have to be the aggressors in this game. Reno going to have to be a little more defensive and cautious in their approach, but still a very good spectacle that we're looking forward to for this.
Island all the way across for Sam Fink. Wallace connects in the back with Coates, and on near side for Highland. Nudges it over for Burrell. Burrell to the halfway line, Wallace. Reno 1868 sinking back on defense. Playing now with just 10 men. Gonzalez trying to get a foot on it, and Angulo searching for it. Niederhausen heads it away, so does Brown. Onto it, Daly, and his chip is a little bit too far. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Here's Niederhausen with a throw in along the line. Over the head of Brown. Headed by Hyman. Poking and jabbing at it, Burrill. Dixon for Wallace. Wallace with the right foot for Gonzalez. Gonzalez trying to get around his defender. Now to the left foot. Gets it on to Dixon. Dixon into the box. Dixon takes it wide. Dixon chips it in. Highland tries to head in and can't get there. It's still loose and Gonzalez runs onto it, but the whistle blows.
Dixon did fantastically well there to beat his man and deliver that into the box. Wing it, the fullback there has timed his run into the box. Unfortunately, he's timed it wrong. He's got up too early. Ball's missed him out. Ended up conceding a free kick there in the box. And it should have been a goal scoring opportunity, really.
Goal kick for Matt Bersano. Played his college soccer at Oregon State University, where he started 54 matches, had 14 shutouts during his college career. Kelly is onto it. 4 white jerseys surround him. He plays it off for Burgos.
Yeah, again, and we have to credit OKC Energy's defense so far in this game. Kelly, one of the most prolific strikers in the league right now, and they've not allowed him to really have a shot at Coley Durandi's goal. So the defense for OKC Energy right now deserves a lot of credit.
Burgos. He connects with Jimmy Ockford, who jogs out of the back.
And it's interesting right now, despite being a man up, OKC Energy haven't changed their game plan. We can still see when they're not in possession of the ball, they drag all 11 players back behind the wall, back behind the halfway line. But we see them breaking quickly now on the counter-attack after gaining possession.
Here's Wallace, and he plays it for Gonzalez. Gonzalez being watched by Niederhausen. Now coming up out of the back is Burrill.
But what they have to do a better job of here is moving the ball quickly. They're moving it too slow, which is allowing Reno to get back in good defensive shape now. They've got to take advantage of that extra man that they have and move the ball quickly and find those spaces.
Burrill toggles between the right foot and the left foot for Highland, then on to Gonzalez. And Wallace once more. Wallace has some space as he brings it near side. He connects with Highland.
They have a good series of passes in OKC Energy now. They've got to make something count after this series of passes and possession. Now they've got to create something that's going to challenge the goalkeeper and create a scoring opportunity.
Into the 40th minute, perhaps something is building here for Energy FC. Burrill. Short connection for Dixon.
They have to increase the tempo that they're moving this ball. That you can see it's very slow, lethargic. It's just allowing Reno to move side to side to stay compact. With the extra man, if they move that ball quickly, space is going to open up and create for them to create scoring opportunity. If they continue to move it slow, taking unnecessary touches, regardless of keeping possession, it just allows Reno to do exactly what they've done to frustrate them in the whole of the first half and remain nice and compact and keep in good shape. If they move the ball quickly, defenders have to move around, and inevitably, being a man up, they're going to get tired, and that's when space will be created.
Burrill trying to spring forward, and he was tackled hard by Dane Kelly.
Yeah, I think the referee's got that one wrong there. I think that was a good tackle. He's taken a touch. He thinks he's got more time on the ball than he has. Kelly's come back and made a tackle. I think the referee's got that call wrong in this instance. But again, OKC Energy just need to move the ball a bit quicker. Move it a bit quicker. They have the advantage. They have the extra man. That option should always be available because they're a man up. Just move the ball a little bit quicker. Again, we see that. That's a good tackle from Kelly.
Reno so far with 59% of the possession. Reno 1868. OKC Energy 40% of the possession so far tonight. 42 minutes in, 42 of the 45. Rapson Avenue right here. Burrill chips it in on the other end, and I think that was Daly that just could not get there.
Yeah, that's a beautiful little chip delivery into the box there. Defenders unlucky not to get onto the end of it, ever so close, but very threatening situation. But again, we're just discussing the possession. OKC Energy 44% possession right now, and Reno with 55%. With Reno being down a man during the second half and the course of the game, that's a statistic that you'd expect to see change as OKC Energy start to take advantage of having that extra man on the field.
Bersano sends this one down for Dane Kelly. It ricochets off of Kelly over to Daly. Daly, who was trying to be on the other end, or was on the other end, just a shade late. Alex Dixon turns and makes a run.
Great first touch from Dixon there. Great ball into the box.
Dixon for Highland and deflected away.
And Highland's got to anticipate that ball. That's a fantastic ball into the right area, right at the far stick, in between the goals. If Highland attacks that, believing he's going to get an end of it, it's a great ball from Dixon, helping to put his team on the attack, and they should be 1-0 up.
Brown was getting back there defending. Here's Jose Burrill. with the corner kick. Bunch of bodies right now in front of the goal. A lot of shuffling and positioning.
Yeah, Reno need to be careful. The last thing they want to do is give away a penalty with 2 minutes to go to halftime. Just be good defender, stay close to your man, mark the ball into the box, and make sure you're the first one to win this header.
A wave of bodies getting ready to crest toward the net. And the Green faithful behind the goal making a lot of noise. The vocal backing is here tonight.
Yeah, we know the referee's already shown he's not afraid to make big decisions in this game. He's given out a controversial red card. You know, these players don't want to give him the opportunity to make another decision to that kind of standard.
Luis Guardia, Real goes short for Gonzalez, and it's deflected away.
Yeah, frustrating for the defenders if you send your big guys from the back all the way up into the box. They want to see the ball come into the box. So OKC Energy here will make sure they want to make the most of sending up their defenders all the way from the back and deliver this ball into the box.
Again, a lot of clutter around the net. Let's see what Burrell does this time. He sends it into the box, and it's headed away.
Good headed clearance there at the near post.
Gonzalez collects it, plays it back for Burrell. Gonzalez once more. He's being tailgated there and chased by Espinal.
In that situation, OKC Energy want to be careful because they have to remember that they've sent all their defenders into the box for the set piece. So to then start playing short when all your defenders are in attack is a very dangerous option. Ideally, you want to try and put the ball back into the box and give one of them the chance to win it, but they've got away with that just then.
Sipley at midfield. Sipley gets it back from Griffiths, tries to penetrate the defense. Back to Griffiths.
Again, you can see very long on the ball. Not really doing anything constructive in possession. Very short passes backwards and sideways. I think Reno will be happy to get to half-time right now with 0-0.
2 minutes
and allow their coach to realign their tactics for the second half being down a man.
2 minutes of stoppage time. Reno FC playing with 10 men here tonight after a red card in the 30th minute. Perhaps one more chance here. Espinal trying to get around his defender. That was Dixon. Also over there was Burrell.
Yeah, referee's called back for a set piece here for Reno, and after how well OKC Energy have defended in this first half, they will not want to concede a goal here right now. So they're able to make sure that they're all switched on and focused and make sure that they go into this half 0-0 and honor the way that they've actually defended in this first half.
5 shots for Reno, 1868 so far. 2 for OKC Energy. 2 shots have been on target. Perhaps our last possession of the first half. Junior Burgos sends this one in. Oh my goodness, Dane Kelly was right on the end of that one, but ran out of room.
Yeah, and you can see that forward's instinct. For some reason, when that ball's delivered in the box, Kelly always seems to be in and around the right area. But we also see Junior Burgos quality deliveries consistently into the box. And this is something that OKC Energy want to try to cut out going into the second half. The needless free kicks that they're giving away that are allowing Reno opportunities, they want to try and end that. So I'm sure that's something Jimmy Nielsen will address at half-time.
That brings us to the end of the first half, the main story. Reno, 1868, playing a man down. We're scoreless. 45 minutes down and 45 minutes to go from Oklahoma City.
Harris unveils the flip throw again and fires into the box. Ball comes down, setting up a bicycle kick, and it's in! Unbelievable from OKC Energy!
you could keep an eye on your business every hour of every day and know where your customers are at any moment? See what your employees are doing, or tell if your windows and doors are secure. And what if you could do all that from anywhere? Introducing Cox Business Security. With HD surveillance and 24/7 monitoring, our security never sleeps, so you can. Cox Business Security Solutions. Security that means business.
Find out how a Mercy doctor can take care of you. At Mercy, your life is our life's work.
Time. Harris unveils the flip throw again and fires into the box. Ball comes down, setting up a bicycle kick, and it's in! Unbelievable from OKC Energy!
We are back in Oklahoma City at Taft Stadium, and we are scoreless. OKC Energy FC and Reno 1868 FC have played to a scoreless tie after the first 45 minutes. Each season, Energy FC players team up with the players from Special Olympics Oklahoma, Top Soccer Down Syndrome Association of Central Oklahoma, and Autism Oklahoma to provide an enriching experience for the players and the athletes. Energy FC Brent Skarkey takes a look at the first event of the season.
Does it get any better than Clydesdales, cornhole, and kitty cats? Well, mix in some athletes hanging out with athletes, and now you're talking. Recently at the Express Clydesdale Barn, the Energy Sidekicks, presented by Gulfport Energy, held their latest event. The 18 special athletes with their Energy FC players a chance to get up close and personal with these massive horses, and it made for some massive smiles.
We're here at the Express Clydesdale Barn. I'm here with my sidekick Casey. He's having a good time. I think just hanging out with Casey and petting the horses. Did you enjoy petting the horses? Yeah, he really liked, I think his name was Buddy down at the end.
Tonight we have the second outing of the year for the Energy Sidekicks program, where the soccer players are going to come out here and hang out with the Special Olympic athletes. It's one of our athletes' favorite times of the year. This is their second time of the year that they've been with the soccer players, so they kind of know each other by now. They've been to a few games, so they can really cut loose, come out here outdoors, play a few of the games, and have something fun to eat, good to eat. And you can see them laughing, having fun, and getting a little closer to each other.
Tonight we're here celebrating the Sidekicks event at Express Clydesdale, and this is our first event being the corporate sponsor here for the Sidekicks program, so we're super excited to be here. And this is a program that truly just touched our hearts and something that was different and was truly making a difference in these kids' lives. It's fun to see them interact and just hang out and talk, and actually one of our employees is also a player here, so to see them interacting with them and the horses, it's awesome.
And here's the thing, it's hard to tell who's having more fun, the athletes or the players themselves.
And I'm prepared to be my best friend, that one.
Andy.
This is my best friend, Andy, and I mean you're the best friend. Say that, Andy.
Thank you for the introduction, Madison. We just met today. She is the happiest person I've ever met, and it is just infectious. She's awesome.
Yep. And as a good player, I have a good birthday party. And first, we have a good birthday party for all the things we like to do. Thank you.
Food from Fuzzy's Tacos and a great time had by Energy staff and really everyone. The athletes also given tickets for the July 22nd game against Colorado Springs at Taft. For more information on the Sidekick program, visit energyfc.com/sidekicks. For Energy FC TV, I'm Brent Skarkey.
All right, Brent, thank you very much. A lot of happy faces there so far here at the intermission on a warm night. Good night for ice cream or a lemonade. Let's take a look when we come back. We'll have all of our news and notes from around the USL as we continue. It is scoreless here at the intermission.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing.
I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels.
After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak.
Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound, having someone check on me, assures me that I'm not forgotten.
Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise.
We're the clients.
We are the clients.
We are the clients of Meals on Wheels.
America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
Few teams in the league are hotter than the Charlotte Independents. The club is currently on a 10-game undefeated streak, which moved it into second place in the Eastern Conference entering Week 20, just 1 point back of the Charleston Battery.
Herrera, he put it in from the corner! Jorge Herrera, the Olympico!
During the run, Charlotte has outscored opponents 23-7. Jorge Herrera has notched 9 goals during the streak, while 2016 USL MVP finalist Enzo Martinez has added 5. In order to run their streak to 11 games this weekend, the Independents have to get past Louisville City FC, a team sitting in third in the Eastern Conference, just 1 point behind Charlotte. Louisville handed Charlotte its last defeat on June 7th with a 1-0 win at Slugger Field. Back in front of their home fans at the Sportsplex at Matthews on Saturday, the Independents will look for a little revenge and potentially the top spot in the Eastern Conference standings. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
We're at Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City. No score between OKC Energy FC and Reno 1868 FC. Highlights and stats are around the corner, so don't go away.
Harris unveils the flip throw again and fires into the box. Ball comes down, setting up a bicycle kick, and it's in! Unbelievable from OKC Energy!
banking needs are personal, none more so than your personal checking. FFB has a checking solution for you. Like FFB's debit card rewards, which earns you points with every debit card purchase. Points for travel, hotels, restaurants, or merchandise from your favorite stores. And as always, you'll enjoy FFB checking perks like mobile deposit, online bill pay, and free ATMs worldwide. That's a lot of punch packed into a little plastic. Visit ffb.com/rewards for more today.
Harris unveils the flip throw again and fires into the box. Ball comes down, setting up a bicycle kick, and it's in! Unbelievable from OKC Energy!
Back at Taft Stadium, we are scoreless. The first half was back at OKC Energy FC. No score. It is halftime at Energy FC Field at Taft Stadium. All right, now let's take a look at the first half highlights. So far, a scoreless game, and here is an opportunity for OKC Energy early on. Angulo had the left leg on it and just went over the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, see a fantastic diagonal ball there, and Angulo does a great job to get control of the ball. He just needs to get his head over the ball, his knee over the ball, and put that ball into the back of the net.
Then Dane Kelly had a run here, nice defending by Daly.
Yeah, Daly's done good there. They've done fantastic all through the first half to keep Kelly quiet, and they'll need to continue that into the second half to get something out of this game.
This was an opportunity by Kasipli and a good bit of goaltending there as well.
Yeah, we cannot underestimate the importance of that save there from Lorendi. He didn't have much to do in that half, but when he was called upon, he came up big.
And then a critical juncture of the game in the 30th minute, a red card, and Alashe was given the red card, so Reno 1868 now playing with 10 minutes.
Yeah, not a decision I agree with. I actually think the retaliation was far worse than the initial action. I think it was just a friendly tap on the shoulder or head, and unfortunately, anytime you raise your hand, it gives the referee the obligation to make that decision.
Alex Dixon with an opportunity there for the Energy.
Yeah, Dixon has been a lively threat for OKC Energy so far in that half, and he done well there to intercept that pass, get a shot from goal.
Now let's take a look at the first half stats. And Chris, Reno FC so far, they have outshot OKC Energy.
Yeah, Reno have had 5 shots. OKC Energy have had just 2 shots. Reno have had 2 shots on target, and Energy FC have had just the 1 on target.
2 cards were dealt in the first half, a yellow card and perhaps a devastating red card for Reno 1868. What do you expect in the second half?
This second half, we'd expect OKC Energy to come out with a little more attacking threat, being a man up in this second half. We'd expect Reno to take a little more defensive stance in the second half, and going to be interested to see what this game brings.
All right, here's the upcoming matches for Reno 1868. On the road, they'll be against Tulsa, San Antonio, then Sacramento. Rematch with Swope Park. They're coming off a big victory against Swope Park last week, and then at Orange County SC. And then for OKC Energy, the Energy enjoying some time at home. 3 of the next 5 at home. Real coming in, then on the road at Tulsa, and then San Antonio at home, and before going on the road at Orange County and at Swope Park.
3 big games coming up for OKC Energy at home, and Jimmy Nielsen will want to take advantage of all 3 of those games and collect the maximum of 9 points.
All right, about ready to get started here with the second half. So moments away from the start of the second half. It would be a big 3 points for OKC Energy here tonight if they can find a way to grab a goal here in the second half. All right, we're underway now, second half action. Beautiful night for soccer here in Oklahoma City. And Reno coming out quickly here to start the second half. Kasipli lays it in front for Brown.
Needless giveaway there from Wallace in the middle of the field. Again, we're talking about OKC and having that extra man. They've got to keep possession and move the ball quickly to make it count.
Luis Felipe Fernandez has entered the fray for Reno 1868. OKC Energy now possessing the ball. Burrill for Dixon. Burrill once more. Pinpoint pass for Gonzalez. Back for Burrill.
Gonzalez doing well to find that little hole in the pocket in between the midfield and the defense there, dropping off to try and pick up the ball. But when he gets in that situation, he's got to turn and try to make forward passes and make that count. Right now, OKC Energy end up going from the edge of the attacking box back to almost the edge of their own box in possession. They've really got to try to get an early goal in this second half and really try to ease some of the pressure on themselves and make Reno start to chase the game.
Talked so much about how important the first 4 minutes are at the beginning of the second half. Gonzalez looking to operate in some space. Reno 1868 dropping back, sinking in on defense. Wallace plays it wide.
Yeah, Reno have definitely taken a defensive approach to this game.
Angulo tried to get ahead on it. There are 2 blue jerseys there.
We see them early on in this second half, almost defending with 5 at the back at times.
Luis Felipe Fernandez. We're at Taft Stadium, Energy Field at Taft Stadium, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. 82 degrees and a clear night. Felipe Fernandez. Brent Richards with a touch. He had a quiet first half. Back for Brendan Griffiths. Now Bersano taking his time, weighing his options, looking to push it down the field.
Yeah, Reno being a man down, they're not going to want to give away possession needlessly because they're going to end up chasing the ball for the rest of the night. And they want to make sure that they have energy, that when they do get possession of the ball, they're able to counter-attack and try to create good scoring opportunities. So when they do get possession of the ball, they're going to want to keep hold of it. At the same time, OKC have to take advantage of being a man up in this situation. And it's going to involve moving the ball a lot quicker.
Perhaps a frustrating night for the blue jerseys, coming off a big 4-1 win against Swope Park. Carried a lot of that momentum in, but Reno 1868 FC playing with 10 men. A red card in the 30th minute. Espinal connects back with Griffiths. Griffiths now connects with Ockford. Griffiths middle of the field. Ushers it near side for Richards. Richards from the right foot to the left foot and pushes forward.
Good skill from Richards there to get out of that very tight situation. He was under pressure from defender, was able to fake and then drive down the line. But again, the build-up is very, very slow. Tempo is very, very slow. It's not really allowing them to create very much with their possession. A lot of the opportunities they've managed to create came directly from set pieces.
Felipe Fernandez. Niederhausen was gesturing for the ball. Goes all the way back now for Richards. Niederhausen pushing forward along the sideline. Chested by Burgos. Burgos gives it a go with the right foot. Griffiths runs onto it with the left. Across the halfway line. Short pass for Richards. Back to Griffiths once more. Then into the middle of the field, Espinal gets away from Dixon. Espinal just outside of the box.
Espinal doing excellent there. Managed to turn and get away from two defenders. Get his team higher up the field. Defender had to do a better job there of to close him down, but without committing. He ran in too fast, didn't slow down, made it very easy for Espinal to get around him and beat him.
Felipe Fernandez off the left foot. Bit of a knuckleball run down off his line by Lorende.
Yeah, and it's probably not quite the start that Coach Jimmy also would have asked for his team for at the beginning of the second half, but there's still a lot of football left to play. It's up to the players on the field now to take responsibility and make that man advantage count.
First meeting between these two squads. The teams will meet again on September 20th in Reno. '51st minute. 0-0 squared in Oklahoma City. Burgos. Espinal, Kasipli.
You can see OKC Energy definitely have a game plan for taking on this Reno team that likes to attack here. When OKC lose possession of the ball, they get back behind the ball very quickly, all 11 players, and frustrate Reno, allowing them not to be able to create very much scoring opportunities by playing passes in between the lines and getting behind them.
Griffiths.
They've had to create scoring opportunities from set pieces so far in this game. And they're sticking to that game plan so far at the beginning of this second half.
A lot of vocal backing here tonight for OKC Energy. Niederhausen out of the back, off his chest. Brown. He was able to nudge it over to Kasipli. Espinal runs in on it, plays it back to Griffiths. Middle of the field. Burgos. Burgos gesturing. Plays it wide for Richards. Richards in on Dixon. And over there to help out is Sam Fink.
Good defending there from Fink to stop the ball going out from a corner, but we're seeing Reno have the bulk of the possession early on in this second half, despite being down a man. I'm sure that's something Coach Jimmy Nelson's going on to address, possibly be a little more aggressive in closing down the ball and not allow Reno to just possess the ball without any pressure. I'm sure he's going to want his team to go and win that ball back, take control of the game, and take the lead.
Reno 46 goals, over 2 goals a match this year. They're playing with 10 men tonight and in a scoreless match at Taft Stadium. Advancing forward, OKC Energy. While they advance, and let me tell you that fans, you can stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays at 7 o'clock on Sirius XMFC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XMFC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Into the box for Gonzalez. Gonzalez to the left foot. OKC Energy runs out of room.
Good idea from Dixon, but just took his touch a little bit too heavy. We know he has the pace to get past defenders in that area. Unfortunately, that touch was just a little bit too heavy, and he allowed the ball to go back to Reno.
Energy FC's next home match is Saturday, August the 5th. Celebrate back to school. Energy FC. Kids 12 and under eat free, and the first 2,000 fans through the gates get a fidget spinner from First Fidelity Bank. And Energy FC tickets are available by calling 235-KICK or visit energyfc.com. Energy FC trying to put some pressure on Reno 1868. Highland. Wallace sends it around. Just outside the box for Dixon. Dixon chips it in. Here's Gonzalez on the left foot. Tries to get his shot away, but didn't get much behind it. Easy save for Matt Persano.
Easy save for the keeper. But that was a good spell of possession from OKC Energy, and it came from players just taking 2 touches. Each player was just passing and controlling it, rather than just standing on the ball because they weren't under pressure. And at the end of it, they managed to create a scoring opportunity. If they can manage to continue to move the ball quickly, rather than taking too many touches on the ball and taking advantage of the fact they're not necessarily being pressured intensely by the opposition, they're more likely to be successful than to take 12 and 13 touches and end up going backwards with a pass like this just happened there.
Perhaps OKC Energy has their secret weapon still on the bench, Andy Craven. Would be a likely substitution here with 10 men for Reno. Andy Craven would come in with fresh legs and has had a flair for the dramatics this year.
Wallace did well to get that ball under control there. It was drilled in him. I'm not sure the pass was actually meant for him, but he did well to get it under control and keep his team in possession.
Wallace has some space for Daly. Short connection for Burrill. Deals it on the wide side here, rather near side for Sam Fink. Trying to split the defense, lays it off for Dixon. Something could be building here, it's headed away.
Oh, that's a nice ball into the box. Somebody's got to attack that ball.
Another one over the top of the crossbar and out of play.
Optimistic strike there from Wallace from the distance. He's obviously seen something there. Got the ball out of the ball with his left foot. We know that he has a very good left foot. Unfortunately, that one's way over the crossbar on this occasion.
Persano's goal kick is met with a header just past the halfway line. Not a foul.
Most certainly handball there. I'm not sure what the Reno player's gone to do there, but he's almost caught the ball there as if he was a keeper.
There's Dixon for Dixon. They are brothers.
Nice ball there from Dixon to Dixon.
Burrill. Dixon back to Alex Dixon. Reno 1868 FC now in the chase mode.
Good pass there
by Sam Fink for Gonzalez. It's inside or near the top of the box.
Gonzalez almost battling his way there through to a scoring opportunity. Ball just wouldn't fall right for him. Reno got away to clear the ball, but the game's starting to open up.
On the move is Espinal. He's tripped up from behind. Richard Dixon crashed into him from behind. Richard Dixon, born in Jamaica, 26 years old.
Yeah, Dixon doing a good job with the recovery run to get back and defend there, but just a little too hasty with the challenge. Tripped the attacker and gave away the free kick. Espinal still down, clutching his leg.
Espinal, 22 years old, a dynamic midfielder. Played in South Florida, or for the South Florida Surf.
And breaks like these will just give Reno, who are down a man, a little bit extra chance to recover, catch their breath. Obviously, it's a little bit harder for them when they're down a man. They obviously have to work a little bit harder each player. And breaks like this will just allow them that opportunity to catch their breath and remain in the game.
The Energy FC Gold D card is a benefit for season seat members. That earns them discounts at several metro area locations like Dunkin' Donuts, iFly, indoor skydiving, and La Wakenya Bakery. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold.
And we've just seen the physio there signal to the bench that is actually going to have to make a change for Espinal there, and we see La Grasa coming in for Espinal in the 59th minute of the game.
Matt La Grasa, 23 years old, played 4 years at Cal Poly State University. An hour gone in this game and still scoreless.
Yeah, entering the last third of this game, we expect to see it open up a little bit more. We expect to see possibly OKC Energy start to throw more bodies forward in search of that first goal. And obviously now we'll start to see some of the wear and tear come in the legs of Reno, playing for much of the game with just 10 men.
Soccer fans, the USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter at USL. '61st minute now at Taft Stadium in Oklahoma City and scoreless. Anthony Wallace, without any pressure on him, for Highland. Connects with Daly. For Anthony Wallace. Switching the field and sends it deep. On the other end is Dixon. Here's an opportunity here. Into the box. Trying to get to the left foot is Angulo, and he scores!
Oh, that's a fantastic finish from Angulo. You actually thought the opportunity had gone when the forward chose not to take the shot on the volley there, but Angulo has done well. He's held the ball, great first touch. Patience, patience, patience. Saw the opening to get the shot on target. It took a deflection, but found its way into the bottom corner. And we spoke about Angulo, the great job he's done at holding up the ball for OKC Energy tonight, and the quality he has in that left foot to also find the back of the net.
And the green and Angulo go marching in.
And that's just the breakthrough that OKC Energy needed in this game to give them that bit of confidence now. Here you see, bang, he thought he was going to take the shot. Good decision to left to Angulo. He's patient, patient, sees the opening, finds the bottom corner. The keeper's left with no chance after that deflection. But that's fantastic play from Angulo. Very dangerous player in the box. OKC Energy are in the lead, 1-0, and we can now feel the energy from the fans.
The 2013 USL MVP, scored 15 goals in 23 matches for Pittsburgh. His 7th goal at the 62-minute mark.
Yeah.
Angulo makes it a 1-0 game.
And Angulo is a player, he has the ability to finish the simple chances, but he also has that special creative ability to create chances out of nothing. And he's managed to create that chance for himself by being patient, taking a touch, taking a catch, waiting for that moment, and finding the bottom corner. Great finish there from Angulo.
1-0 now. 63 minutes in. At home, OKC Energy.
And that goal there has changed the attitude from the fans. You can now hear the fans being a lot more vocal, a lot more energetic, getting behind their team a little bit more. That is exactly what this game was needed to make it a little bit more lively. That goal's obviously changed the game. Now it's up to OKC to maintain their lead, while Reno now will have to go searching for an equalizer, which will most certainly open up this game.
A magnificent ice-breaking goal in the 62nd minute by Angulo, Jose Angulo.
You sensed that just before that goal, early on in the second half, that Reno might have been happy to take this game as a 0-0 and leave with a point. Now being down, they're almost certainly going to go in search of an equalizer, and the spaces is going to start to open up.
2 starts for Angulo. You know, he played in the NESL with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers as the big left leg, and was able to get to that left leg, the left foot, and staying at home.
They recently acquired Angulo in a trade in which Daniel Jackson went across to St. Louis, and Angulo came across to OKC Energy from St. Louis at the same time.
So Angulo brings the magic to Taft Stadium in the 62nd minute. A bit of good defending in front of the goal there by 4 or 5 white jerseys, although, let's see.
Cody Luendi in goal. Just want to keep his team focused and organized now for the next 5 minutes. always the most dangerous time after scoring a goal is the consecutive 5 minutes, and they want to make sure they're switched on from this set piece here. Set pieces have been a consistent danger for Reno in this first half, and OKC Energy will make sure they don't want to concede right now from this set piece.
Corner kick for Reno, 1868. Griffiths has a chance there. Griffiths trying to get to his left foot. The caroms away, and the shot is away by Kasipli.
Yeah, from that angle, the ball looked closer than it was, than it did go, but you could see from the keeper's reaction, he always knew that it was going wide. OKC Energy will be very happy to see that ball go wide of the post and allow them to take their time now and build this attack.
1-0 right now at the 65-minute mark.
No need to rush here now from OKC Energy. They're in the lead. They're playing against 10 men. All they have to do is keep just moving the ball quickly. Keep moving the ball quickly. Don't take too many touches of it. Don't take advantage of the fact that you're down a man and you may not be under as much pressure as you would be playing against 11 players. Continue to do the right things and they'll see this game through. The opportunities will undoubtedly come as long as they continue to possess with a purpose, play quickly. I'm sure this game is theirs for the taking.
You take the red card into consideration, but Jimmy Nielsen, I think, would be happy with the way his team has executed their game plan tonight.
Yeah, definitely from a coach's perspective, Coach Jimmy Nielsen will be very happy. They've defended very, very well. And when they've got their chances, they made them count. Angulo, obviously we spoke about in the first half, that chance that he had, that he hit over, that he probably should have scored. You know, he's now made amends for that by scoring that chance there in the second half, which was definitely the harder of the two chances. But once you score there, nobody remembers the first one. He scored the one that's give his team the lead tonight and made it count.
Brown is down, 10 men are not there, as you mentioned, Chris. The defending by OKC Energy tonight has been very good.
Yep, and that's obviously what the coaches asked for. If they can defend, they have the quality in attack who's going to take the chances sooner or later once the ball arrives in the box, and that's what they've done very well tonight.
Brown, the former Philadelphia Union player. He's worked hard tonight, also played for the Charlotte Independence of the USL, where he scored 9 goals. Now Craven comes on. Dixon is done for the night, and Craven enters the fray for the first time.
And we also know Craven is a player who's also capable of scoring goals for OKC Energy. Maybe coach is looking for them to score more goals in this game. Give the fans something more to celebrate.
Get a little bit of breathing room. Andy Craven, 5 goals. Also about ready to report the duty here for the first time, Juan Pablo Guzman.
Yeah, Guzman also another very talented player for OKC Energy. Just bringing a little more experience into the middle of the park there.
Guzman, the club's marquee off-season signing, was Colombia, played in the Colombian League. He was the top scorer in that league.
You have 2 offensive changes there for Coach Nielsen, and definitely looking to capitalize now on this little spell of possession that OKC Energy have in the attacking third by bringing on 2 experienced players in the attacking third.
Gonzalez has it, surrounded by 3 blue jerseys. Nudges it back for Andrews, or rather Wallace. Down the near side, onto the right foot of Fink.
Nice pass there from Fink. Angulo again doing a good job to hold up the ball. Referees give a free kick there. I'm not sure.
LaGrassa, I think, is going to draw the ire of tonight's referee, Luis Guardia.
I think Grasso's unfortunate to get called for the foul. It looks like he got the ball a little bit strong, but I feel like he got the ball in that situation. You know, players are allowed to challenge for the ball. Referee's obviously seen it from a different perspective and called the free kick, but very dangerous area for this set piece for OKC Energy. Interesting to see whether they deliver the ball into the box or if they go for a direct shot on goal.
Gonzalez looking over the traffic and comes forward and chips it right toward the goal. Easy play for Bersano.
Yeah, that's a wasted free kick there from OKC Energy. He's chipped it over the wall, but directly into the keeper's hands. No chance of any forward getting anywhere close to that, and it certainly wasn't challenging the keeper from a shooting standpoint.
Angulo was able to switch the circuit breaker at the 62nd minute. And it's a 1-0-0 lead for OKC Energy. Negrasa off the right foot. Burgos being watched by Andy Craven. Craven shadowing Burgos. Burgos now launches one down the field. Try to get that one through the defense, but too many defenders, and that pass a little bit overcooked.
Yeah, Burgos has the ability to create for Reno. Right now we're seeing him create from a very deep position. He's almost playing as a defensive midfielder and trying to spray balls from defense to attack. We've seen him more comfortable higher up in the attacking third, playing as almost as a false number 10, but you know, he's definitely a dangerous player that they need to keep an eye on. He has the ability to provide that scoring opportunity.
Andrews may have almost misplayed that ball.
Yeah, the referee calling this one back here for an offside on Angulo, I think.
Renton Griffiths in the back, nudges it forward.
Again, OKC doing a fantastic job here of frustrating Reno, not being able to find quality balls through the defense forward and having to play the ball backwards and sideways a lot. Very frustrating for Reno right now.
Felipe Fernandez for Griffiths. Burgos. Short tap. Ockford.
And I'm pretty certain Coach Jimmy Nielsen will be telling them he's not concerned when the Reno defenders have the ball in their defensive third at their feet. He's telling them as they cross that halfway line, that's the point when they need to apply pressure. But if the defenders want to possess the ball in their own half, he's not concerned with allowing them to have that space on the ball and possess the ball in their defensive third.
Felipe Fernandez. Richards up the sideline. Angulo onto it and a nice pass.
Oh.
And offsides, a little bit too quick for Andy Craven.
Craven just a little bit eager with that run. There was a fantastic build-up and the pass was on. Unfortunately, he was just offside as the ball was played. The referee allowed play to continue, otherwise it wouldn't have been OKC's ball anyhow had the ball gone through.
Burgos for Felipe Fernandez. Crisipli, he's had a nice match. Niederhausen. For a team that averages over 2 goals a game, Reno 1868 right now is offensively starved.
Yeah, no, Reno's possession is fantastic to watch. Here we see the offside again. He's just, oh, it's a close one. The referee's given offside, but he could have just as easily allowed players to continue. Reno's position is, it's fantastic to watch the team keep the ball and keep in position, but they move the ball so slowly that it doesn't allow them to threaten the other team. When teams adopt the tactics that OKC Energy have adopted tonight, where they get behind the ball, stay compact and tight, and they're unable to play in between them, because they're not moving the ball quickly enough, they're not able to create the spaces to capitalize.
Hoppino is in. He's a goal scorer. Hoppino, 7 goals, 6 assists, 37 chances. He is one of the more dynamic offensive options in this league. He's going to be someone that has to be closely policed here in the final 15 minutes or so as we head for the finish line.
Yep. And as you said, Reno's possession, fantastic for them to possess the ball, but if they're unable to threaten and make it count and move the ball quickly, it really counts for nothing at the end of the day, because the statistic of 1-0 is really the score that counts at the end of the game.
Arende lost it And it was poked away off the left foot by Anthony Wallace. LaGrassa trying to get to it. Off his chest. He's in a battle there with Kyle Highland, who got twisted around. And LaGrassa will have it from the corner.
Yeah, good defensive challenge by Highland in the end. The ball was bouncing around, very scrappy. This is where OKC Energy need to be careful. The one place where Reno have been consistently threatening throughout this game has been from set pieces.
Keep an eye on number 29, Hopino. If he can get there, comes the corner in, and a nice job by Sam Fink.
Good defending there from Fink. Even better defending there from Craven to get onto the end of that ball.
And it comes right back to Craven along the sideline and could not hold on to it, just off his toe.
The break was on further up the field there. You had the number 10 making a run in behind the defense. He just unfortunately couldn't get that ball under control to make it count.
Sipley onto the foot of Ockford. Then to Burgos. Griffiths.
Now approaching the last 15 minutes of the game, this is where concentration becomes the most important. You know, players start to switch off as they get tired. You need those leaders on the field now to keep those players organized, keep them switched on, and ensure that they leave this game with the 3 points.
Craven and Kusipli, rather Wallace and Kusipli going at it. Wallace into the box. Another shot by Angulo, and it's deflected away. Good job there. I believe that was Brenton Griffiths who got his body onto it.
Wallace doing great down the box there. Angulo, good first touch. I'm not sure if his strike was going on target anyway. Defender did well to block it. Unlucky not to pick up the seconds there and finish off with a goal, but well played from Wallace down the right side there.
Griffiths almost like a hockey defender sliding in. Here's Craven. He punches it wide. Richard Dixon crosses it into the box. Another opportunity. Oh, what a play!
Cleared off the line there. That was destined for the back of the net. The defender's done ever so well to anticipate where he thought the ball was going to go and clear that one off the line. He's just kept Reno in the game right now.
Boy, he just saved their bacon. A tremendous play. I think that was Highland that sent it in. Brown emerges.
Very scrappy here right now. Wallace has done well to get back and make a challenge and win that ball.
And the referee says play on. And so they will.
The game picking up now.
Highland nearly made it a 2-goal-to-none score.
See Guzman just taking responsibility in the middle of the park now, getting onto the ball and dictating the pace of play.
Daly along the sidelines for Highland. He nudges it forward.
Angulo again.
Angulo with the left foot.
Angulo full of confidence right now. You can see anytime Angulo picks up the ball right now, he's taking a touch and looking to get the strike off on goal.
This was the previous attack, and it was an excellent cross.
Fantastic block off the line there from the Reno defender.
Soccer fans, Nike is the official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com.
And Guzman is just exactly what this game needed for OKC Energy right now. He's just staying in the middle of the park, getting onto the ball, taking responsibility for the tempo. Moving it side to side, doing exactly what's necessary to manage this game for OKC right now.
Sam Fink for Dixon. And Dixon for the far post. Off the foot of Richards. Right back to Bersano.
I don't think he's met that clearance there. He got very lucky to see it come back over his head and go into his keeper's arms.
Hometown fans right now experiencing sheer delight with a 1-goal-to-none lead. But that was nearly extended to 2.
Good defending there from Daly. Done well, very, very well. Very solid game from Daly to keep Kelly quiet so far in this game.
Here comes Craven.
Oh,
nice jitterbug move by Craven, trying to get into the box on his left foot, and it's taken away by Richards.
He done well to feint the defender. The first time he's probably needed some help from the wing back getting out wide to give him an easy pass there. He didn't have much help there. He was on his own. He tried to beat the defender on his own to create a scoring opportunity, but unfortunately was dispossessed.
Burgos with a long distribution, and that one overcooked. The Energy FC Gold D card is a benefit for season seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like Dental Works, Central State Beauty and Wellness College, iCakes, Gourmet Cakes and Desserts, and Supermercado Morelos. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold.
Yeah. OKC Energy doing a good job of managing the game right now. Keeping possession a lot better than earlier in the game. Making Reno work harder off the ball, taking advantage of that man advantage right now. And Guzman is the man in the middle of the field, making it happen, switching the ball from side to side, getting the fullbacks onto the ball, allowing them to deliver quality balls into the box.
Angulo off his head and it's tipped away! Right around the crossbar by Bersano.
And we keep mentioning Angulo's name up front for OKC Energy tonight.
Oh, this
Great
was
delivery into the box.
Delicious ball delivered in.
And Angulo does everything right there, apart from just needs to get it a bit lower. He sent the ball exactly back where it just came from. Can see the goalkeeper scrambling across his line. Lucky to see that one just go over the top of the crossbar.
Angulo's 62nd minute goal is the difference in the game right now.
Angulo, he possesses a lot of quality, but he's also a big confidence player. And the more games he plays, the more goals he scores, the better he gets. And I think that goal today is a big goal for him. And his coach will be happy that he scored it. He'll be happy to score it. And I'm sure his teammates will be happy that he scored it as well, because he's a very honest, hard worker for the team.
The 81st minute now, Casipli connects with Felipe Fernandez. Fernandez ushers it to LaGrassa, steers it back to Richards. Griffiths, middle of the field. Reno 1868 still in this one. Down just one goal with an opportunity here. Burgos trying to accelerate forward. LaGrassa has it near the top of the box, trying to split three defenders.
Referees called this foul back very late, but it's a needless free kick that OKC Energy have given away in this situation, and these are the circumstances going to allow Reno the opportunity to get back into this game. With just 10 minutes to go now, OKC Energy just need to manage the game and see this one out without allowing Reno too many scoring opportunities to get the equaliser. And we've always talked about this in this game, that Reno have been dangerous from set pieces in this game with the delivery of Burgos into the box.
Burgos selected by Toronto FC back in 2011, the third round of the MLS Super Draft. Trying to find a way to equalize here in the 82nd minute.
And this is all about concentration. The players in this situation need to make sure that they're marking their men properly. They're in the right positions that their coach would have set when they've gone through tactical positions in training, and ensure that they do not concede from this free kick. Burgos, no surprise if he even tries to go for goal from this angle.
Energy FC fans move to the edge of their seat now. Burgos for the far post. And a good beat on that one by Lorende. The Energy FC Gold E card is a benefit for season seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like All American Roofing, Abel's Mexican Restaurant, MVS Seamless Guttering, Latino's Supermarket, and Cotner Law Group. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold.
Yeah, and every OKC Energy fan in the stadium would have been happy to see that go into Cody Lorendi's hands. A big imposing figure in the goal today. Been big for his team in those moments, and he'll want to keep a clean sheet with just 10 minutes remaining in this game.
He has 2 this year. About 7 or 8 minutes away from another clean sheet.
And Coach Jimmy Nielsen obviously trusts Lorendi a lot at the back. He's given him the captain's armband, which is obviously, it's not every day you see the goalkeeper wearing the captain's armband, and that's the level of respect and influence that Cody Lorendi has in this OKC Energy team.
Here comes Burgos. Perhaps something brewing for Reno 1868. Off to LaGrassa. Being watched very closely there by Fink. Daly steps in, got a foot on it.
Good interception there from Wallace. You hear Coach Nielsen screaming and get back into position there. 5 minutes to go in this game. His team have worked very hard, and they want to make sure they maintain that defensive discipline now with just 5 minutes to go to ensure that they don't concede again. They've starved Reno of quality scoring opportunities in this game by the defensive display that they've given tonight, and they want to make sure they don't let themselves now down in the last 5 minutes by switching off.
About 5 minutes from the finish line. Richards teeing this one up with the left foot, fluttering toward the goal, and right there is Lorende to make the save.
And again, the experience of Lorende, he catches it there, goes down, just takes those extra couple of seconds off the clock to allow his team to get further up the field. They're not going to take any risks now going into the final 5 minutes.
There's Guzman. Fink comes up out of the back. On to Dixon. Looking for his second goal here. Griffiths off his foot. Run down by Bersano.
And we've spoken about Coach Jimmy Nielsen. If the score can remain like this for the end of the game, how happy he would be. We spoke about this beginning of a 3-game homestand that they have. They would take 3 points in the first of those 3 games. Starve the league's leading team in goals scored, Reno, be able to starve the league's leading goal scorer in Dane Kelly. You know, Coach Jimmy Nielsen is going to be very happy with OKC Energy's performance this evening.
OKC Energy has shackled the offense of Reno 1868. Daniel Gonzalez about ready to come in. And perhaps the man of the match right there, Jose Angulo, with 86 hard minutes here tonight.
Yeah, and Angulo deserves the applause that the fans are giving him right now. He's worked very hard. He's worked effortlessly for his team, and he's taken his chance and put them in a lead when it came. Now Gonzalez just has to do just as good a job, work hard for his team in this last 5 minutes of the game.
Here's another look at the difference in the game.
Here, you just thought he was going to take a shot, lays it off to Angulo. You think Angulo might have taken an early shot, takes his time and finds the bottom corner. Fantastic finish there from Angulo. Well-deserved rest.
Has the big left leg. Daniel Gonzalez, his first touch of the night. Morelos is a proud partner of Energy FC. Get your grocery shopping done and buy your tickets to the next Energy FC home match at all 4 Supermercado Morelos locations, including Northwest 23rd and Meridian, Northwest 50th and MacArthur, off of Northwest 5th and I-35 and more, and the newest location on Southwest 59th Street.
Ball out of play for a throw-in for OKC Energy here, and there'll be no rush to get the ball back into play here. They'll want to try to wind down the clock as much as they can.
Oh, here's a late opportunity. OKC Energy just a little bit wide. Craven was right there. Andy Craven had open space. Andy Craven was thinking about putting this match away off the head and just could not finish.
And that's a terrible back pass there from the Reno defender that's actually given Craven that chance. The ball's just bounced up a little too high for him. He's took his first touch, and just as he's gone to volley into the back of the net, the bounce didn't quite come down in time for him, and he's just nudged it wide of the goal. Reno will be very happy to see that one go wide of the post.
A head and the hands moment, an oh-no moment on both sides of the pitch. Headed for the final minute now.
That's you, Danny.
Onto the foot of Burgos.
Reno now just pumping the ball forward, trying to get anything in the final third to create a scoring opportunity.
Back to Burgos, tripped
Again,
up by Daniel Gonzalez.
We keep speaking about free kicks in this game. Just keep him facing his own goal. All he can do is play backwards. It's not necessary to give away a free kick in that situation. You now give Burgos again another opportunity to put a quality ball into the box.
And a yellow card.
There's not really been too many bad tackles in this game. You know, it's not a game where you'd say there was any hastiness, any bad tackles. However, we have seen a number of yellow cards, and we've also seen a red card.
Everybody is up, including Matt Bersano on that free kick. He'll have to hustle all the way back down the field.
Yeah, extra time now. Reno are just going to throw everybody forward to try and get this equalizer.
All hands on deck here late, and that one is just headed wide.
Yeah, a little bit nervous for that one. You thought Cody was going to come out of the goal to come and get it, then he went back. Fortunately, the Reno forward headed it wide, and it's an OKC Energy goal kick.
Hearts just leaped up into the throats of OKC Energy fans. We are now in extra time. About 2 minutes to go. This would be a big win for OKC Energy. It would be their 6th win at home. Right now, 5-2-1 at home.
OKC just need to take their time with these throw-ins. Needless giveaway there from Guzman allows Reno to get possession of the ball, and they're probably going to launch an attack here, try and get themselves back into this game with less than 2 minutes remaining. Good decision from Guzman there. Headed towards the corner, Wilbert.
Here's Craven with an opportunity, and Craven has run off the play by Griffiths.
Again, and you're asking there, should Craven have collected that ball, gone to the corner or gone for goal? He's now given Reno the ball to launch an attack. Hopefully this doesn't come to much.
Fink gets ahead on that one, not once but twice.
Good defending there from Fink.
Richards sends it across. Some OKC Energy fans headed to the nail-biting buffet. Kasipli into the box, one more chance, headed away. Wallace is there. Here's the left foot by LaGrassa, and it flutters right to the goalie. Lorende stayed right with it.
Very happy to see that going to Lorendi's hands. OKC Energy probably just dropping a little bit too deep right now. They're allowing Reno to get that position in the attacking third. They probably want to get just a little bit higher, apply pressure a little bit further up the field than they are right now, because sitting so deep is almost inviting Reno to come forward with that ball.
Just a matter of seconds now before the official blows the whistle. The final minutes have given us suspense here at every angle. Now Highland slowly walks up the line for the throw-in.
And I think, you know, Craven's opportunity had just there. I think Coach Nielsen, maybe something they want to address in tight situations when you're up 1-0. Less than 2 minutes to go. You just want to run that clock down.
And that's going to be it. That's the whistle. And the story told in 90 minutes. The story was told in the 62nd minute. Angulo with a goal for a 1-0 victory for OKC Energy FC at home. Stay with us, much more to come. Coming up on the other side of the break is the post-match report brought to you by UCO's Downtown NBA. OKC Energy 1, Reno 1868 0.
Harris unveils the flip throw again and fires into the box. Ball comes down, setting up a fight, goal kick, and it's in! Unbelievable from OKC Energy!
I don't think any city in America has come as far as fast as Oklahoma City. And the reason you see so many highly educated 20-somethings move into the city is that vibe, is that energy.
And we want to be a part of that. We believe our MBA program is just as vital, it's just as interesting, it's just as engaging as other parts of people's lives. We can provide students with this incredible opportunity to learn in the places where they're living, working, and playing.
Your banking needs are personal, none more so than your personal checking. FFB has a checking solution for you. like FFB's debit card rewards, which earns you points with every debit card purchase. Points for travel, hotels, restaurants, or merchandise from your favorite stores. And as always, you'll enjoy FFB checking perks like mobile deposit, online bill pay, and free ATMs worldwide. That's a lot of punch packed into a little plastic. Visit ffb.com/rewards for more today.
Harris unveils the flip throw again and fires into the box. Ball comes down, giving up a fine goal kick, and it's in! Unbelievable from OKC Energy!
Happy OKC Energy fans here at Taft Stadium. Turned out to be an exhilarating second half and a 1-0 victory for OKC Energy. All right, let's take a look at some of these highlights here tonight. All right, Chris, early on.
We saw that fantastic diagonal pass there. Angulo was able to get in front of the defender. Fantastic touch to bring it down, but unfortunately he was able to get over it and find the back of the net. Here we saw Cody Lorendi with that big save. He hadn't had much to do before that point, but when he was called upon, he came up big for his team.
Third clean sheet of the year. Now here's the key moment of the match.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it was a red card. However, when a player raises their hand, it always gives the referee a decision to make, and unfortunately he's chose to give the red card in this situation. Probably changed the dynamic of the game for both teams, but unfortunately, tough decision for Reno.
Reno had to play a man down, a valiant effort.
There's Angulo's goal. Forward's instinct, he knows when to pull the trigger, bang, right into the bottom right-hand corner. Deflection gave the keeper no chance. Fantastic finish from Angulo.
This is why OKC Energy got Angulo for this brand of magic. Got to the left foot and found the back of the net, his 7th goal of the year.
And he's been fantastic for them, holding up the ball, but he also has that quality to find the back of the net when they need him. And he's done just that tonight.
Opportunity right here on this beautiful pass and a wonderful save by Reno, kept them in the match.
That ball was destined for the bottom corner of the net. Gets it out his feet, drills it, past the keeper. Defender done well to anticipate where that ball was going to land and clear it off the line.
Great job by Richards, saving the bacon for Reno 1868.
Angulo again threatened all night. Perfect cross, heads it back across goal where it came from. Just unlucky not to get it down another couple of inches. I don't think the keeper would have been able to save that one. Would have been his 2nd of the night.
And then later on,
awful back pass there from the Reno defender. He's put Craven through. The ball just didn't drop quick enough for him to put it in the back of the net, just wide of the post.
Trickled away. Craven would like to have that one back. That would have been the icing on the cake. All right, here's a look at the final match stats.
Again, we talk about possession a lot in football modern days, and Reno have dominated the game possession with 55%. However, OKC are the ones who come out winners of this game. 1-0. 5 shots on target for OKC Energy, only 3 shots on target for Reno.
6th victory at home for OKC Energy. All right. The Energy FC post-game show is brought to you by UCO's Downtown MBA program. Connect to the future of business. Finish your MBA from Central in just 16 months. Visit mba.uco.edu for more details. The UCO MBA man of the match is Jose Angulo.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Jose Angulo tonight. He has that quality to hold up play, but he also has that quality in that left foot to put the ball in the back of the net, and here we see it. Finds the bottom corner. OKC win this game 1-0 as a result of Jose Angulo's brilliant finish this evening.
Came in the 62nd minute. Up next for OKC Energy. They'll be at home against Real Monarchs at 7:30 on August the 5th as they try to continue their winning ways. Back-to-back matches with a positive result and 4 points for OKC Energy in the last 2 matches.
Yeah, Coach Jimmy Nielsen is going to want them to continue to build on this, and they've got off to a fantastic start for this home stand tonight.
All right, a wonderful night here at Taft Stadium. Thanks so much for joining us. For Chris Nurse, I'm Joe Zagacki, reminding you the final score from Oklahoma City. OKC Energy FC 1, Reno 1868 FC 0. Have a very pleasant good evening.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.